Over to millennia ago, long
before therapy rooms and smartphone screens, a small school of thought emerged in Athens, born not in comfort, but in collapse. Stoicism asked, what makes a good life? Not a pleasurable life, not an easy life, but a life lived well, with reason, with virtue, with dignity. Zeno of Citium, a merchant whose fortunes were lost in a shipwreck, arrived in Athens by accident or by fate. He wandered into a bookshop and discovered the words of Socrates. There, in that collision of loss and learning, he found the seed of a new philosophy. He began teaching under a painted porch, the Stoipoikal, and so the Stoics were named. But Stoicism would not remain Athenian for long. It traveled, not just across lands, but across social strata, from the slave Epictetus to the emperor Marcus Aurelius, from the exiled Seneca to the general Musonius Rufus. These were not philosophers in ivory towers. These were men in the fire, navigating betrayal, imprisonment, war, and power. And yet they all return to the same truths. The world is not ours to control, but the self, the inner citadel, as Marcus called it. That is ours to defend. The Stoics believed the universe is governed by logos, a rational order, not random chaos. And though we cannot dictate events, we can choose how to interpret them. This was the starting point, the cornerstone. Some things are within our power, others are not. Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. Epictetus, so often we suffer not because life is cruel, but because we expect it not to be. We project our desires onto the world, and when it does not conform, we rage, we retreat, or we despair. The Stoic refrains, not because they do not care, but because they have trained themselves to care rightly. They do not wish away hardship, they prepare for it. They anticipate insults, setbacks, even death, not with dread, but with composure. Because what is real is not always comfortable, and what is comfortable is not always real. Don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do happen, and your life will go smoothly. Epictetus, but this is not passivity, it is presence. Stoicism is not a detachment from life, but a commitment to living wisely within it. The Stoic rises early not to conquer the day, but to govern the self. They reflect on death not to be morbid, but to cherish time. They observe their emotions, not to deny them, but to understand them. There is a practice the Stoics held sacred, premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. Each morning, one considers what could go wrong, delay, betrayal, illness, death, not to summon anxiety, but to disarm it. For what is expected can no longer shock, and what is understood cannot enslave. This isn't pessimism, it's preparation, a rehearsal of resilience.
to modern ears. It
sounds bleak, but to the Stoic, it is a gift, a reminder to waste no time, to hold loved ones tenderly, to speak truth while there is breath, to write, to act, to be. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Marcus Aurelius, the art of living, they believed, was inseparable from the art of dying, and the person who has learned how to die has learned how to live. We may not live under emperors or wear togas, but the storms remain the same. Anxiety, loss, betrayal, injustice. The Stoics offer no promise of comfort, but they offer clarity. They do not erase the storm. They teach you how to stand within it, to rise each day and ask, what is mine to do? To look inward before reacting outward, to build an inner fortress, not made of walls, but of wisdom. Because in the end, Stoicism is not about becoming someone else. It is about remembering who you were before the world got noisy. And in that remembering, we find the space to choose calmly, consciously, completely.